to cover this Matt Walsh thread because he's sounding the alarm on something that I've been talking about too. And it's near and dear to my heart because I think it's going to directly affect not just me, but basically every single one of my viewers. It's why I resist, in most cases, in doing ads for certain products that utilize this technology. You know, sometimes I do them because you got to pay the bills, but I try to be really picky. And Matt Walsh put out a very interesting thread last night about the impending impact of AI. And a lot of Americans are falsely contributing AI to like AI's impact to the impact of the automobile or the impact of the personal computer. But the reality is it's far bigger than that. It's going to wipe out. I agree with Matt. Matt tweeted this. It's weird that we can all clearly see how AI is about to wipe out millions of jobs all at once, destroy every artistic field, make it impossible for us to discern reality from fiction, and destroy human civilization as we know it. And yet not one single thing has been done to stop it. We aren't putting up any fight whatsoever. And I think this is how we ended up with Terminator 2. You know, like, I have feared AI since I knew its existence. I have feared what it's going to do to society. It has, in fact, even changed the way I spend my money. You know, I was going to build a new studio and I was going to do this. I've instead switched to basically saving my money. Now, if you're a plumber, construction, you're in the trades, you're going to be fine. If you're a computer programmer, you better start learning something else. You know, if you're a graphic design person or a graphics editor, you better start learning something else. If you're a video editor, you better start learning something else. If you're an animator, you better start learning something else. I mean, there are a lot of jobs. If you're a mathematician, you know, if you're an accountant, a mathematician, you do any of this basic, it's not basic, any of this stuff, you're in trouble. Elon Musk replies to this as if he isn't contributing to it. Not sure what to do about it. I've been warning the world for ages. The best I can do now is try to make sure that at least one AI is truth-seeking and not super woke nanny with an iron fist that wants to turn everyone into a diverse woman. Now, Elon's referring to Grok, which has at many times showed left-wing bias. But let me look at Elon Musk AI Rogan. Like, this was the video I talked about. Like, this is here.
My question is, like, I know how much time you must be spending on your Tesla factory.
Where is it? I want to.
Our job, just like the ants build the anthill, our job is to somehow or other fuel this.
Yes. I mean, when I made those comments some years ago, but it feels like
this was 7 years ago, by the way.
Bootloader for AI, effectively, we are building it, and then we're building
to replace
progressively greater intelligence, and the percentage of intelligence that is not human is increasing, and eventually, we will represent a very small percentage of intelligence.
This was 7 years ago. That's it. And look at how far AI has come. Look at Sora 2. Everyone was warned 7, 10, 15 years ago. And look at how far it's come in just 7 years. Where do you think it's going to be another 5 years? Another 10 years?
But the AI is informed, strangely, by the human limbic system. Output got worse with thumbs. You know, we used to have input with 10 fingers, now we have thumbs. But images are also they're a way of communicating at high
There is
bandwidth.
something where he talks about
take pictures and you send pictures to people. It sends.
I want to find this thing here.
Data rate problem. You solve the data rate problem.
I thought he had like
Literally.
a warning.
Pass that whiskey.
Here.
It's going to be very tempting to use AI as a weapon.
I can't play because there's stupid music. Here's the fear. I think this is the clip.
So what happened with you where you decided, or a specific thing, or?
I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI.
When I saw this in real time, I knew at that moment it was going to come true. I knew that Elon was right in the instant that I saw this. And in 7 years, he's already basically been proven right.
This was futile. I tried for years.
This seems
Nobody
like a scene
listened.
in a movie
Nobody
where
listened.
the robots are going to fucking take over and you're freaking me out.
Is Elon laughing? Like Joe's laughing, but Elon is not laughing. Like he's not laughing because he knows. He knew 7 years ago.
Nobody listened.
Nobody listened.
No one. Are people more inclined to listen today? It seems like an issue that's brought up more often over the last few years than it was maybe 5-10 years ago. It seemed like science fiction.
Maybe they will. So far, they haven't.
And 7 years later, they still haven't.
I think people don't like normally the way that regulations work. It's very slow. It's very slow indeed. Usually, there'll be some new technology. It will cause damage or death.
Mm-hmm.
There will be rulemaking. Then there will be oversight. Eventually, regulations. This all takes many years.
He's talking about, he uses the seatbelt as an example. And he's right. You know, it's a perfect example for AI. And now it's been 7 years since he said this. There's been zero regulation and zero slowing of it. And he says here, he also brings up a point about like, well, AI isn't going to create more, it's going to create more jobs. No, it isn't. And I agree with this take here. 21 hours ago, he wrote, people say that we shouldn't worry about AI wiping out jobs. The jobs will just change, they say. But the whole point of AI is that it removes the human component entirely. These jobs, the jobs are not going to change. They'll just disappear. AI will make like 10 people into trillionaires. Almost everyone else will be screwed. Mass unemployment, millions of workers rendered irrelevant all at once. That's what's going to happen. Not maybe, not might. It's going to happen. And it doesn't seem like we're doing anything at all to prepare for it. Well, it's too late. It's too late. Like, this is why I'm spending my money differently. And I'm thinking more about, hey, I'm going to pay the minimum on my mortgage and I'm going to put the maximum in my savings. And do I think, you know, obese commentators' jobs will be taken tomorrow? Nope. I think I'll probably have a job long enough. Like, long enough to put enough money away to be able to work a job after I'm done with YouTube, like that I enjoy, that helps offset property taxes or something like that. But that's only because I made the decision in the last year that like, maybe I don't need a new studio for this. Maybe my days of doing this are really actually numbered. And I think ultimately, I don't want to be an alarmist, but it's because things are progressing so fast. That was only 7 years ago, and Elon was like, the percentage of, you know, intelligence on the planet will be, you know, more and more artificial. Think about how much of it is artificial now. You know, think about how much of it is artificial now in 2025. How much of it is going to be artificial in 2030? 50%? 60%? AI will also replace proper training in many cases. So if the lights turn off, nobody will know how to do the job. Well, I think that people in the trades, truckers, stuff like that, these jobs will generally be okay for a while. But even truckers, you know, short distance trucking is probably more at risk than long haul trucking. You know, if you're a janitor, you're probably good. If you're in maintenance, you're good. A lot of people that went to school for computer stuff, programming, these people are going to be replaced like in an instant. AI is going to get to a point where it's good enough at coding that it's still going to be even better than paying a bunch of Indians $3 an hour. Like, it's going to get so good. in the next 2 or 3 years that it's going to already replace all the outsourced. The unemployment will start with the outsourced. That's one thing that Matt misses. First, it'll start with India and Pakistan. Their economies will entirely collapse. They'll be replaced because they're low-skilled jobs. They will be the first to be replaced by AI. Entire countries will be unemployed overnight because their entire economy is propped up by, America outsourcing jobs there. And then it will come to America. And I don't think I'm making decisions based on fear. I'm making decisions based on fact. And those are less people that can afford to super chat. Those are less people that can afford to buy my coffee. Those are less people that can afford to become a member on thequartering.com/join. Right? This is how it will. Now, can we slow it down? Yes. But we're running out of time. There is still a way to slow this down. There is still a way for people who are in jobs that will likely be replaced by AI to save their jobs or still have a job, learn something different. There's still time. That's the one silver lining I'll say. Is that people who are in jobs right now that are likely to be replaced by AI still have time to learn something different. And that's what a lot of people who, when the personal computer came out or the automobile came out, I think we had a little less time. When the personal computer came out, it was felt like overnight. Now with the AI system, it's going to be pretty dang close overnight. But if we go back to 7 years ago, Elon warned about this 7 years ago. Right now, hey, Huck's job will never be replaced by AI. Well, I don't know. Maybe an AI watchdog. So 7 years ago, Elon warned about this. That was kind of the first big public person to come out and say, it's not like Elon is against it. He's making billions with XAI, but he's of the mindset, I know. He's like, don't replace me, Papa. Don't replace me. Will a robot dog be able to do this? AI management. AI would be probably a good gig. No, get down before I zap you. Bzz. Oh no, you're going to trip on my headphones. I know it. It's going to happen. Beep. 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 There we go. Just saved myself from having my headphones ripped off my head. But anyway, it's a very, interesting topic. I don't mean to scare people, but I think that more people need to be talking about it. And that's exactly what I'm doing in this video. I hope that you were informed by that. We'll talk to you again real soon.